coming up right now. Oh, it's already on. Welcome back to Politickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Right now, we're live on YouTube. Check us out on Amazon, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. 1212 and place to be with TrOyMaN. How you doing, bro?
What's up, brother? How you, man?
I'm great. I'm trying to figure out the meaning behind how you spell your name. I see the O and the N and the M is capitalized.
Oh, that's just something I used to do as a kid, man. I was just thinking of different ways to make my name stand out. I mean, when you go on Apple Music and Spotify and stuff now, you just spell it TrOyMaN. The T is just capital, but some people have kept spelling it like that just throughout the years. So sometimes you get it with the O's and the Y's up, and sometimes you don't.
Okay, then where you from?
Born in San Francisco, raised in Oakland. Moved to Atlanta. I'm currently in Atlanta. I've been here for about 12, 13 years now. So
you from Atlanta then?
Technically, but not really. Home, I've been home. I done been back and forth, to the Bay Area for X amount of years, even after I moved to Atlanta. So I've definitely established a home here, but California is still home for sure.
What made you move to Atlanta?
Cost of living. The neighborhood that I was in in Oakland was pretty rough. My mom had 3 boys, and just the stuff that we were exposed to on a day-to-day out there was just a lot compared to just how slower and how more calm it was in the South. So we had family out here, and then we ended up relocating.
Okay. So let's go back to what's your earliest memories of hip hop that you remember?
Oh man, roughly around 3, 4 years old. My stepfather, he was a hip hop artist out of California. He used to just take me to the studio with him. I used to just like soak up the energy and stuff in the studio, just being able to, see what it's like to create the music, being on the other side of it. So yeah, that was pretty much it. That and him listening to Tupac consistently definitely pushed me in the direction of wanting to do hip hop. So.
So how did you end up becoming a MC?
When I moved to Georgia, I was roughly about 13, 14, met these 2 guys, and they had a rap group already, and they'd asked me to be in it. This group called the Young Hustlers, and I rapped with them for a project, and then after that, truly realized that the solo move was definitely the way for me, you could say. And then, since then, since about 14, 15, I've been rocking solo, developing my own sound and gathering my own audience.
Mm-hmm. So how would you describe TrOyMaN, the person?
I'm definitely a natural leader. I think people view me as that naturally. I'm the oldest of 4 boys, so I find myself in leader-like positions, you could say. I think that's what TrOyMaN is. Almost like you're very, almost like a rap superhero, if you will. The name and is everything. That's really what I kind of want to take. Want people to take from my name when they hear it. Like I am a full representation of myself, but then at the same time, what I'm representing in hip hop is something I think is truly triumphant and heroic. So hopefully that's what people take from it.
So what's your superpower?
Just being able to understand perceptions and give a general perception for everybody to understand and relate. I think I'm pretty good at looking at people's situations and their journeys and making it very, very understandable for people who don't understand it. So, and that, and of course, metaphors and just wittiness and my flow on the record, I truly feel like is definitely another superpower. Just being able to have people hear me properly too. So, yeah.
Okay, then describe TrOyMaN, the artist.
I've come to the realization that TrOyMaN is this highly energetic performer, knowing exactly what to say in the sake of metaphors and things like that. But TrOyMaN is a person that knows how to turn the crowd upside down, pretty much. The metaphors are there, the concepts of the songs are there. And I think that's what TrOyMan's embodiment is, just being able to raise energy on a positive scale for the viewers and the listeners, I think.
Who are your influences?
Tupac, outside of that, Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Jay Electronica, Jay-Z, just to name a few, Biggie, the very, very strong stars, Chris Brown, Swiss Beats, some actors, Will Smith, Denzel. Yeah, you name it. It's a lot of people, but the main people I could definitely say is Tupac and Will Smith.
Yeah, they said Dr. Dre just got back in the studio.
I'm glad to see he recovered, man. Yeah, he was going through some stuff in his personal life and beginning to leak over into social media and stuff. Stuff like that can take a toll on people. I'm just glad he's back, man.
And you was kind of hitting on it throughout the interview, but what are some of your what makes you unique as an artist?
I think it's my overall approach on music. I try not to make music that's too typical or that has been heard before. I think it really comes down to I think the music that I really try to make is I want people to either feel really good, smile, laugh, or learn. And the music that I'm making is usually you can hit one of or a couple of those emotions or feelings with the music. So I think that's my overall general idea on how my music is accepted and how I approach it. It's just to stick out like a sore thumb for real.
And then I saw you. I know you was on the show on Netflix, the rap contest, Rhythm and Flow. So what rapper team was you on?
It wasn't teams.
It was like the judges though, right? It was like Cardi B, Chance.
Yeah, Cardi, Chance, T.I. T.I. was the person who kind of recruited me for the show. You could say that he was like I was kind of under his wing in the show. He kind of kept a specific eye on me because I was coming out of Atlanta. But it wasn't necessarily a team-based ordeal, you know what I'm saying? I think they showed appreciation over the whole board of artists. But T.I., I was blessed enough to still manage to have a relationship with him outside of the show too, based off of what I did in the show. So I thought that was pretty dope, you know.
Yeah, how did you like the show?
I think they did a really good job. The creator Jesse Collins, he had a vision, man, and in the beginning, he made sure he stuck to that plan, and a lot of people were very happy to be a part of the show and what it did. I think it truly brought a lot more respect back to hip hop and just the true overall artistry of how hard it is for hip hop artists to exist in this industry. But I love the show. The show was great. So one of my biggest blessings.
What made you sign up?
I wasn't gonna do it at first. God made me sign up for real. I was done with auditions. I was done with competitions, and there was just this feeling in my gut I just really couldn't shake. I didn't know what to think of it, and I really thought about it. It was really amplified when I would think about the show, and I did it. They had an audition held at this conference room in Atlanta, and I performed, and the rest was history. So
I saw. So like you said, so you've been rapping even before the show, because like sometimes it's really like you don't really hear about the rappers before that contest. He's like, where did they come from? But I know Sasha been out for a while before that show. Yeah, she's been out for a minute. So I would say, so what you working on right now?
Well, I just dropped a project January 8th. It's called Godspeed, just a little EP. It's 8 records. I'm doing another EP for Valentine's Day for the ladies. It's called Chocolates and Diamonds. And outside of that, I will be working on and finishing this Tay Keith album. Tay Keith blessed me with a project after the show, and really just been waiting on proper timing for this for the year to open back up. I mean, for the world to open back up. And once we get that go signal for that, we'll be releasing that too. So it's just been working, man. Quarantine still got you, and isolated from people and stuff. But staying in front of this computer, consistently getting beats, consistently making music, and just staying prepared. Ultimately for when that proper time presents itself for me to go and take over the world.
What would you say your main goals are for your career right now?
I definitely want to cross 50 billion streams. Just
right.
throughout all the platforms.
You said 50 billion?
That's something. Yeah, 50 billion. 50 billion. Drake is the first artist that's done it. I know there's going to be countless amounts of artists that are going to do it again, but that is a goal. That is a milestone of mine. Is to, by the end of this, I want to cross that milestone. I want to tour. I want to sell out tours. It's time for me to go out and truly let these people know my presence on shows by my lonesome. I can't wait to sell out and visit all these different countries and things of that nature. But I think my biggest goal, and it's really formed itself throughout the last couple of years, is I want to remain independent. I've seen the true leverage on what artists fully independent, and what that consists of and what that looks like. And it's ownership, you know what I'm saying? It's what it is that everybody thrives to have in the industry, whether they get a record deal at first or not. So those are my goals. Things like the monetary things like Grammys and things like that, that would be great. But I don't think I've put my goals of my career on things like that. Like if it happens, I'll be forever appreciative. But if it doesn't, I'm gonna live. I'm not gonna lose sleep. So, but yeah, I think that's just the goals that's really taken over within this last 3 to 5 years for sure.
What made you focus on ownership?
Just seeing how much my people and everybody around me does not have anything. They put in a lot of work throughout X amount of years, X amount of time, and leave the situation empty-handed, whether that be in record labels or record deals, whether that be just any extent of business that these people decide to get in bed with. I've seen my people in particular, just take the short end of the stick. So it's caused me to kind of change my approach to what I want my business to look like moving forward. And it's gotta, I have to be on the upper hand of pretty much everything that I attach my name to. It's important.
Yeah, I don't know, cause I think, man, I don't know. It's kind of, I think you have to it's the way we think, because you got some people, they'll rather sign a $10 million deal and be signed than make 1 million by themselves. So it's like, shit, if you can make 1 million by yourself, do you really need this deal? But I think
people don't think about how much they got to cut that money up too. Like you make that 10 million and you end up with 700, 800,000 just because you have to pay everybody just put that money up. And it's like, that's where it gets sticky, And
then I don't know, I even look at sometimes to have your control over your art is worth taking that cut and pay. So you can't always just be chasing the money, because then you're going to have to give up your art. If you want this money, like you say, then shit, you're going to have to do what they say. But then you take, you do it the hard way, then it's yours. So I respect that too, man.
Yeah, it's important, man. I need something to pass on to my children when I have kids, I'm not going to do that working for other people throughout this entire journey. Some of that work needs to truly come back, and I need to see those accolades for myself versus, helping building these other companies and these corporations and stuff that really don't need your assistance. They just know that they can make money off of you. It's about you making money off yourself. And the minute you tap into that, it'll slowly begin to show in your life. So
you say no grind, no
grind, no shine, no grind, no shine, no grind, no shine.
So yeah. What are some of your interests outside of music?
I produce, but that's music. I really like painting. I think I'm gonna really get back into contemporary art and painting canvases and stuff and see about selling that stuff. I like skating, like roller skating and things of that nature, but music is really so embedded into my life. It's like even the things that I do outside of music almost have this direct attachment to it, So I play sports and stuff like that. I'm a pretty pretty cool, chill, athletic guy, but it's like really a lot of the times, 85% of the times I'm making music. Music is really taking over my life, if you
You
can
been to
say.
skating ring?
Mhm.
You been to skating ring?
Yeah, I used to go a lot more when I was younger, but recently, you know, just with time management coming in, you start to like not do, you know, things that just make you happy the most, just living in the moment. I think sometimes you really can tap in and start putting more effort towards, you know, changing your life. I would love to have a roller rink, you know, in my backyard or some shit, or you know what I'm saying? Just really just putting in the gritty work now to a point where I could truly sit in the hobbies later, you know.
And
Um,
what's your creative process when you're making music?
it all depends. It all depends. Somebody can send me a beat and it can just, you know, ideas can just immediately flood. I can immediately record it right there. Some beats, it takes me a while. I can end up writing a song for 2, 3 months. And then everything else kind of falls in, you know, falls in between. So there's no really blueprint process for real. It's more like when the inspiration comes, how do you utilize it? You know what I'm saying? And how do you get in front of it? Um, I've written songs all different kind of ways. There's been songs I've written, written down, handwritten. There's been songs I've just gotten up and freestyle, and they all sound, you know, like they have that extensive quality. So there's no right or wrong way on writing a song, and I've realized that the more I've tried different records, you know.
So where do you think you started?
Really, at 13, 14, that was shit, 13 years ago, 14 years ago. I would
Uh,
say,
yeah, I would say
yeah.
what would you say is motivating you to stay at it?
Um, the reciprocation, just seeing how much people vibe with my art, the success that I've gotten up until this point is definitely giving me the signal and keep going. Shit gets hard, but ultimately, you know, you got the option to quit or win, and you know, quitters never win and winners never quit. So um, I think that's what's caused me to keep going. It's like I've gotten a taste of it, and I'm not in the building yet. So it's about, you know, still working until you can buy the building.
Mm. And then what do you think is a good business to start right now for anybody listening?
Um, I really think it all depends on what your interest is. I can tell you a great business right now, but if your interest isn't there, you know, it can be the most worst business possible for you. So it's like start with where it is that you know that you wouldn't mind spending a shit ton of time at, because you know once you start a business, that's what you're really doing, is taking yourself out of working for other people to work for yourself. So whatever that is, if you're making spiritual, you know, chakra bracelets or selling clothes, you know, just be invested in it. That number one. As far as right now, what people are gravitating towards, everything is online. Um, there's not enough clothes. There's not enough, you know, different styles of that nature. There's people making shoes and all different kind of shit, but it's just about realizing what market you're in front of too. So in the sake of making money, one thing I've been exposed to is, you know, people are signing up for Forex and getting into foreign exchange, understanding capital interest. It's making their money that way, and they're truly able to go and invest it into themselves. So, but it's all up to you. It's all up to the business owner. Like me, I make clothing. I make music. I make beats, and I'm an actor. So you know what I'm saying. Outside of that, I'm pretty much doing everything that falls in that lane to help me acquire, you know, funds and exposure. So as far as
And
business, it really depends.
what's the name of your label?
I'm not with a label right now. I'm independent. I'm with United Masters. So
Okay,
United
so I'm
Masters.
saying, do you have a name like your own label?
But I just call my label at this point is TrOyMaN.
You're like,
I don't got no
stay
label
with
like, yeah, I
her.
don't got no label like that right now. I mean, I've truly thought of facilitating a label and bringing artists under me and stuff like that, but I haven't really crossed that bridge yet. I've been more so focused on bringing getting the cult following and the cult fan base, you know, under my umbrella first before I can extend out and start introducing other artists that I truly believe in. But I truly see that happening. It's just not anytime soon. I give it another 3 to 5 years before I start thinking about what labels and stuff. And how to tackle that avenue. But it is something I definitely want to be a part of because it's music business. So,
yeah, what advice would you give to new artists trying to get into the game and get their name out there?
just make sure you got your rights, man. Make sure the music that you make and it has no problem going straight on DSPs, because the last thing you want is to make music, make a dope record and stuff like that, and you can't put it out, or everybody's got to go to SoundCloud to listen to it. These people want accessibility. They want to be able to just click a button and whatever it is that you want them to listen to pops up in their phone in the next 5 seconds. Don't get music to quit. People quit all the time. But if you're really serious about doing music, it's something that, you have to really do this shit. It's not something that's going to come easy. And one song will change your life. One song, literally one song will change your life. And while you're making multiple songs, realize that, once that one song comes in play, that, you got to get ready for that roller coaster, because the supply and demand of you and your brand is gonna be crazy. But just keep a level head too. I mean, the last thing that we want is an artist that just can't really take their mental to what it is that they're enduring. So it's a challenge. Realize that it's one of the hardest professions in the world, is being a musician.
Yeah, what would you like to say to your fans and supporters?
Thank you for everything. I love you guys for everything that you guys have done for me in the sake of support. We're not done. Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend, because the world is a huge place. And as much as I have a beautiful amount of people that support me and everything that I represent, what it's about really is, spreading that word. And it's really about the people who believe in you the most, that are exposed to you the most, and don't mind sharing you the most. So to all my supporters, I say thank you. I love you. And tell somebody about me that does not know about me, so we can change some shit in this music industry and try to change some shit in this world.
What are you trying to change? Attitude,
perception. A lot of people in this generation, millennials included, give up on shit. And I'm a walking testimony of dealing with bullshit and overcoming it. But sometimes people don't want to learn. That's not, in this society, people don't want to learn. Everybody feels like they have it all figured out, and none of us do. But the point is to have that and to provide that perception for people, to make it easier for them to adapt to change and adapt to learning. Because you deal with a lot of snotty-nosed people, just like very arrogant people, to a point where they figure they got it all figured out. And the point is to just remind everybody that they're human, that they can do anything they put their mind to.
Yeah, I don't like my thing, like I just feel like you gotta meet it might be more in music and stuff or entertainment, but I just feel like just respect everybody on a person-to-person basis. Like it don't necessarily, like, just because you know somebody, like you can know Jay-Z or Beyonce, that don't mean shit. Like,
right.
But you and me talking, it don't matter who I know, it don't matter who you know. It's me and you talking. Start there. But they think, like you say a name, you supposed to jump up or something. Like, man.
Right. And that's, to be honest with you, that's what people get by on in this industry. They just don't know how to, not talk about their accolades. It's just like, what is it that you're doing now that you're trying to change? Like, people know I know T.I., people know Cardi B knows me, people know Chance the Rapper knows me. But that doesn't, me walking into every room and every time I introduce myself, speaking of those names doesn't help my situation. Like, it's about bringing it to, just awareness of me doing what it is that I need to do to move forward, and inspiring the people around me to do the same for themselves. So, yeah.
All right, man. I want to say thanks for coming through Politickin with me.
Of course, man. Thank you for having me, King.
Yeah, no doubt. You want to give me your social media?
Yeah, it's TrOyMaN official on everything. That's Instagram, Twitter, Clubhouse, you name it. TrOyMaN official. It'll bring you straight to me. Send me DMs. I try to read all of them. I get a lot of DMs, but anybody send me DMs who want to chat, spread love, I'm usually all for it. And now is a good time too, because it's not too much traffic on my shit, because it's a lot of people that be on my shit. But I'm really open to talking to all fans and supporters. I love them all.
Got any shout outs?
Got Shout out to Politickin show. You, yeah, and my producers and my team, my management team, and that's pretty much it.